O Uganda, may God uphold thee. My fellow Ugandans, we gather today not in fear but in faith, not in silence but in courage, for the time has come to remind ourselves, our leaders and the world, that the people belong to God, not to corrupt tyrants. As a Christian, I'll partake from the Bible. The Bible declares, woe to those who decree unrighteous decrees. That's Isaiah 10:1. When rulers pass wicked laws, when they rob the poor and trample justice, they stand condemned, not by us, but by God himself. No throne, no office, no title can excuse corruption and oppression. Therefore, we are not a people called to bow down to tyranny. We are called, like the apostles, to declare, we ought to obey God rather than men. Remember that in Acts 5:29? Government is ordained to serve as God's minister for good. But when they become a weapon of oppression, it has betrayed its purpose. Loyalty to truth is higher than loyalty to unjust rulers. Remember that. For example, remember Moses, who confronted the Pharaoh with the cry, let my people go, in Exodus 5:1? Remember Daniel, who defied the decrees of kings to remain faithful? Do you remember the midwives of Egypt who stood against the murder of innocent children and were blessed by God in Exodus 1:17? These were not passive believers. They were active resistors of injustice. Now, Proverbs tells us, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked rule, the people groan. That is Proverbs 29:2. My fellow countrymen and friends, we are groaning. The weight of corruption, injustice, and arrogance presses down upon us. But that groan is not the sound of defeat. It is the roar of a people about to rise. The fight is not violent. It is not lawless. It is the fight of courage, truth, unity. The apostles remind us, stand fast in the liberty by which Christ has made us free, in Galatians 5:1. Freedom is not the gift of governments. No, it is the mandate of God. To surrender without resistance is to dishonor the blood of the martyrs, the sweat of our forefathers, and the very cross of Christ, which broke the chains of bondage once and for all. We cannot be bound by tyranny. We must therefore rise and speak when they demand our silence, rise to vote when they diminish our voice, rise to hold leaders accountable when they betray the authority, rise not in hatred, but in holy determination. For where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. That's what Paul declares in 2 Corinthians 3:17. So, I say to you, my fellow countrymen, stand strong, fear no tyrant. Break the yokes of oppression. Let us declare with one voice that this nation was not created for a few who lust after power, but for all who walk humbly under the sovereignty of God. That's why it is said, for God and my country, as our motto. The time for silence has ended. The time for action is now. And with God as our defender, no tyrant shall prevail. I therefore say, this is a protest vote. Come out in large numbers. Cast your vote. Defend your vote. A new Uganda is possible. Let us embrace it. One man at a time. One woman at a time. United we stand. And we can redeem Uganda. Bring it back to God. As our motto says, for God and my country. Thank you.